Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again to another day of hatching eggs so we find more shiny Squirtles. We have two. Well, we think we have two. We have one for sure. And we're going to see. We're going to see if we can continue to get more. I don't know. What do you think? You can go on Twitch right now and bet some channel points on the prediction.
Finding another shiny in this run, Dan? That is rarer than getting blue roses in Animal Crossing. We the viewers may or may not be surprised. Well, an anonymous person will eat his own words when proven wrong. Yes, yes!
Okay. Thank you, Alien Geek. So, you know, I appreciate the confidence everybody has today. So I'm going to put a poll in YouTube as well. Do we get a shiny Squirtle today? So yeah, let me know how you're feeling. We will be using Masuda eggs today. We did not do that yesterday because I'm a dumb dummy and I used the wrong ditto when breeding Squirtles last time. So I made sure not to do that. We have a fresh batch of eggs. They are all Masuda eggs with a shiny charm. The odds are 1 in 512. And I think we can do it. I think things are going to be pretty good. So if you are over on Twitch, you can bet on this prediction. I will turn off Discord notifications because they're going to continue going off, I think. That's just me. Don't worry. That's not your Discord. That is me. Okay, they should stop now. But yes, that's the plan. I hope you're all having an awesome day. What else is going on? Anything else going on? I don't know. We'll get into it as we hatch eggs, right? That's what we should be doing. We are at 378 eggs hatched. We're going to quickly make that number round so that we can do this in a way that's less confusing to me specifically. So let me get us set up here. We have, I think, 240 plus eggs right now, which is cool. So quite a few. I need to take 2 of them, and I need to go over to here. If we hatch these 2, that'll bring us to 380. And then from there, we can continue, like, you know, as normal. So I think what I'm going to do is move all of these like this over to this box we were working on yesterday. Perfect. Feeling very positive about today. This is a hatching stream, yes. Time for more squirrel eugenics, and I didn't mean to send that. Oh, I didn't mean to send the and. Okay. So, in order to do this, yes, we need to go to our favorites box, grab our flame body Pokemon, take our breeding Squirtle, and put it away. And then we go to our next box that we're working on. Now, currently the bet is, do we find a Squirtle in the first box? I'm going to tell you what, a shiny Squirtle. I'm going to allow this to roll over into the next box. So the first box today is going to include these 12 eggs plus this. I should have told you that before I took your points, but I didn't because I forgot. So you're just going to have to sweat it out a little bit, okay? But it's not too late to continue betting, which means you might be able to edit your bet, but I don't know. But there you go. I'm gonna let it run for a little bit longer, and we're gonna start hatching. I think I'm gonna start by grabbing some food, just to make it, you know, a little bit faster. Lost all my channel points on the last poll I participated in, so I can't vote on this one. Well, you know, stick around. I think you might get some more. Well, we're gonna be live today for a good bit. We got over 200 eggs to get through. Sounds like rug math. This 1 box, 2 box better over on Twitch. Sweat it out. I'll be slim. I will be slim getting shinies on that 1 box and 12 eggs. Listen, the odds of me getting a shiny now in the first box are higher. So if you're betting against me, which a lot of points are against me, right now. You know. Just keep that in mind. And if you want to bet for me, if you want to put a few more points on, it's not too late to throw a few more points on this. Now that there's 12 more eggs potentially in your favor. Just saying. It would be nice to see some hopeful folks here, the people who believe in our mission, put their money where their mouth is. That's all I'm saying. The bet over on Twitch sounds like rug math. I got you. I'm impressed with your dedication to getting extras. For the record, I wouldn't have the patience to hatch and then release so many. The releasing them isn't too bad with Pokemon Home. It's pretty quick. It's not too bad. All right, so this is 2 eggs now. We're caught up to 380. 380 eggs hatched after this one. All right. Let's jump into here and put these 2 away, and we'll start doing 5 at a time again. I do feel like I should probably set my counter back to increments so that it's easier to update it. So there we go. Set it back to increments of 5. And how is everybody? Eat my words when you get a shiny. It's going to happen. Today we're going to get 2 shinies. Or I'll end the stream. Right now, over on YouTube, by the way, if you're interested, we have a lot of people, 100% of voters, okay, 17 people, and 100% of them think that we are getting a shiny today. Promise. Promise that I'll get one, or promise that I'll end the stream if I don't. Ooh, this one looks a little drunk. Getting a little bit of that haziness on the edges of the screen there, but not. This one's not fully drunk. All right, the bet is locked in. This is where we're at with points. There's 9,000 points against 570 points. All right, we'll see. We'll see if the hopeful folks that believe in this mission are going to get a good payout today in this first box. The Yesers have a lot to win. They do. They do. The doubters have a lot on the line here. Like a lot. Okay. That was 5. Oops. Dang it. I'm always clicking on a window and zooming it in. Okay. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Over on the community tab, I asked yesterday if any of you are podcast listeners or viewers of video podcasts. I already have a poll running on YouTube, so I can't ask via poll, but let me know in chat or the comments if you're watching this after it's been a stream. I don't know why you would watch this after it's been live, because it's just hatching eggs, but if you are, thank you. Do you consume podcasts? Are you a podcast listener? No reason. One side's getting richer, one side's getting their points back. I really think it's the folks who have been betting yes that the points that they've put in is probably all they have to their name. That's what I think. If you're betting on yes and it doesn't look like there's a lot of points for you to put in that pool, it's because you believed in this for a long time, and You don't have anything left. You're tapped out. You're earning your points back very slowly. You're starved for points. Best investment is YouTube Premium. I enjoy commentary videos and being able to play while phone screen is off. Makes any YouTube video podcast. Some polls on YouTube are appalling. Your polls are good. Thank you. Shiny Squirtle is going to be your starter? Yes, all 6 of them, if we can get that many. I'm trying to make an army. Right now, the premise is, can I beat Pokemon Violet with an army of shiny Squirtles and nothing else? Just a team of Squirtle that I might let evolve. I think I'll have to let them evolve. And it'll be a Nuzlocke. So if we lose any, that's it. What point are we prepared to try the Nuzlocke again? I'm going to push for 6. I might get to a point where I'm feeling like, you know, whatever I have is enough if it's taking too long, which it very well could. But that's my current plan. Change from Nuzlocke to Nuzlocke, but only Squirtles. Yeah. I found one podcast about Pokemon that I've started listening to recently when I'm hatching eggs. I know I have a stream on in the background. What's the, just literally only like all things Pokemon, or is there like a more specific like thing they talk about? Will you make it past the second gym with a team of Squirtles? Yeah, it'll be easy. You're talking about Iono, right? The electric gym? Easy. If we clear that hurdle, the rest of the run is ours to lose. So, if you ever feel like giving me some strategy tips in the Pokemon room for that moment in Discord, feel free. Especially when we get closer to actually doing the challenge. Who knows? Maybe today we get 4 more Squirtle, shiny Squirtles, and we just start. Be great. So the Squirtle Squad, basically. I'm also doing something similar in Sword. But it's not a Nuzlocke, and it's turned into a hatching-only run. So far, I'm just trying to Joltik and or Maractus. That sounds really cool. I love the idea of a hatching-only run. We will get 4 more. Thank you, Anna. That's another 5 hatched. Please stay on me today about the counter, because it's going to be a little bit odd, because it's not the... It's usually easy if the boxes are in groups of 30, but I've started with another box first, like part of a box, and it's going to be really confusing today. I drank the Kool-Aid today. I was wondering why the bowl was completely empty. I think a few people have drank it. I mean, look at the poll results right now. You can do it, Queen. You can do it. All things Pokemon, it's called Sylph Radio. Sylph? It's always been trouble saying that word. Sylph Radio. Prediction should be over now? It was... We didn't do a whole box yet. It was the first box, including the first 12 eggs in the previous box. I haven't done that many eggs. Have I? That would be wild. What did we start at? 387. Yeah, no, I haven't done it yet. Like, how long have I been streaming? Also, it's raining hard where you're at. Downpour here. Oh, stay safe. I don't know. I don't even look at my window. I just stay in this windowless room. I have no perception of the outside world. I might be in a bunker somewhere. I just don't know. I haven't really checked. They just put me in here. The bag on my head. Your room is Apple? Like the headquarters or Google? I thought they had lots of windows. Isn't the Apple headquarters famously like a giant circle and it has a whole ton of windows and stuff on it? All right, that's another 5 down. Be honest, if Nintendo games weren't your job, would you have such recommend Switch 2? They're not my job, so yes. If I didn't like stream the games, I am like a sucker for new technology, like new consoles and stuff. So yeah, I'd probably still get a Switch 2. I'll be honest, like Scarlet and Violet is not really a Switch 2 game, but I've been playing it a lot. I'm enjoying it a lot more on the Switch 2. I even like Animal Crossing on the Switch 2 because it runs better. So I'm enjoying that the games I love run better. Mario Kart's fun. Donkey Kong looks fun. I'm going to get it eventually. But yeah, I don't know. I choose to buy this stuff pretty quickly. So I'm not the best like case study. Guess I'll learn and continue writing my story. Don't have time to collect and hatch eggs. Totally understand. Enjoy. So yeah, that's as honest as I can be. I think it's kind of up to the individual whether or not you feel like it's worth it getting it right now, waiting till there's more games, so on and so forth. I will say that I have in the past made purchases based on like my fear of things getting more expensive, considering the, you know, all the things going on in the world right now. And I'm glad I did. The Switch 2 did not get more expensive, but the Switch 1 went up in price. The PS5 went up in price, so I'm glad I got one of those when I did. Graphics cards have been fluctuating in price, so I try to get in on those, like any computer things that I want, you know. So I also make my decisions based on things just happening in the world. If I think I'm going to use it, you know. I barely played my PS5, so maybe I'm not the person to listen to. I'm getting Switch 2 when ZA comes out so I can get the bundle, like $20 cheaper. That's good. That's a good call. I'm struggling. I don't really like the Switch 2 features, so it's just another Switch that has better performance. Yeah, I'm not using really any Switch 2 exclusive features like the mouse controls or anything like that. I think in the future I could. If they bring more games to the Switch 2 that are configured well for a computer mouse, I'll be very glad I have that option. But as of right now, yeah, I'm also not doing a whole lot of that. Don't know if I could justify a $500 console for Pokemon. Yeah, if you just play one game and... but eventually... So ZA is coming out on both. And then eventually, I'm imagining Gen 10 is Switch 2 exclusive. That's just my prediction. And if that happens, you know, there's always something. Like when a new console comes out, I think a lot of people are going, I'm not going to get it yet. Will I ever get it? I don't know. And then eventually their game comes out. For a lot of people in the Animal Crossing community, that's Animal Crossing on the Switch 2. Once Animal Crossing comes to the Switch 2, they're going to sell a whole bunch of them. Pokemon Generation 10, they're going to sell a whole bunch of them. You know, Super Smash Brothers, whole bunch of sales. So that's just kind of how this works. It kind of comes in waves. And I stream games. I stream games a lot. And you know, I'm kind of that early adopter type. Are they increasing the Switch 2 price, or am I making that up? From what I read, at least right now, they have not increased the price of the Switch 2, but they did increase the price of all the Switch 1 models, the Lite, the OLED, and the regular. I think it's a deliberate tactic on their part. They could probably increase the price of the Switch 2 based on all the tariffs, because it's not like the tariffs have a Switch 2 exclusion. They're just willing to eat the cost to get more Switch 2 adoption. There are people today who are still buying brand new Switch 1s, and Nintendo's probably very confused by that. They're like, you know, if you just get the Switch 2, you can play all the Switch 1 games, and yes, it is more expensive, but also you can play all the new stuff that's going to come out. What are you doing, you know? So I think if I'm Nintendo, I'm not saying I like this from them, by the way. This is just how I'm thinking from a business sense. If I'm Nintendo, it now costs more to manufacture and ship out Nintendo Switch 1s of all kinds. And people are still buying them, but you have this brand new console that you're investing way more time and money and resources into. Okay, if we have to continue shipping these things out, we should probably get a little bit more money for that, because this is starting to become like a burdensome cost for us. And we said we were going to keep shipping these out for a bit. So they raised the price, and so it's no skin off their back if you want to go ahead and buy a Switch 1 now. But now it's even more tempting to wait a little bit longer to save up, you know, the money under your couch cushions or whatever, and then get the Switch 2. I think that's how they're thinking. I don't love it. I don't think a console that's as old as the Switch should go up in price under any circumstances. It makes absolutely no sense. If you want a Switch 1, the used market right now is probably absolutely chock full of them, and only going to be more so as more people adopt the Switch 2. So I personally think just wait. Did I just update the counter? Does anyone know? Please let me know if it's actually 410. I can't remember now. Ever since Gen 4, they released 2 generations on one console, Gen 4 and 5 on the DS, 6 and 7 on 3DS, 8 and 9 on the Switch 1. Update it? Okay, thank you. Do new Switch 1s run on better software? From what I understand, there's absolutely no reason a brand new Switch 1 should run substantially better than an older one. I don't know what's inside of a Switch, so take this with a huge grain of salt. I imagine it's the same chips that they've been using. If it is newer chips, it doesn't mean they're going to inherently be better. Like, we might be talking about very small, almost unnoticeable performance increases. But I don't know, like, how this stuff works on a manufacturing level. Did Nintendo already order and have a warehouse full of very old chips that they would use to make the Switch? Or is this stuff made, you know, with a chip that was manufactured this year? It just happens to be an older model with no updates. I have no idea. I would assume that if you're hoping a Switch 1 somehow has better performance than like an 8-year-old Switch 1, I don't think you'll be happy. I think if performance matters to you, it's probably the Switch 2. I wonder if Sword and Shield look better graphically on the Switch 2. Yeah, they didn't do any kind of update to increase the graphics or anything like that. So it's not really an upgrade because I was tempted to grab a Switch OLED and I didn't know if it ran better. The screen certainly looks a lot better, but it doesn't run better. That was people's frustration with the Switch OLED, because at the time when it came out, people were expecting a Switch Pro, and it just was a Switch with an OLED screen and better battery. I think better battery? I can't remember all the promises there, but it was mostly about the screen, and it looks really good. I don't have one. I've seen them, though. They look nice. All right, last row of eggs before the prediction. I really hope one of these is a shiny. I would love to take all these points away from the folks who are doubting that we're going to do it. And yes, don't forget to claim your shiny Champao. That is now available. Time to save for a 2. Good luck. Yeah. I would compare the price of the OLED to the 2. You might find, I don't remember exactly what they said, but I think they're obviously a lot closer now because Nintendo raised the price of the OLED. Unless you're going to buy it used, of course. Can save data move from the 1 to a 2? Yes. And it's a very straightforward process. They prompt you when you get your Switch 2, hey, do you want to move over your save data? And it kind of walks you through how. Tinglu raid is much easier than Champao. I haven't done it yet. I keep meaning to do it. Maybe today. Yes. Yes, the shinies. We have 2 shinies now we can get for free from the mystery gifts. Or the internet gifts or whatever they're, you know. You don't need a code. You just go onto the internet and grab it. Go into here, go to Pokeportal, and mystery gifts.
It's recipe time. Presenting my $2 recipe.
And this one.
Expired mayo aioli. Scrape out the last remnants of an old mayo jar. Mix with questionable oil. And drizzle over sadness.
Nature, Andy, how you doing? Welcome. How have you been? Did I? Okay. Are we good? How about you? Good. We're good. We have 2 shiny Squirtle. We're going for Squirtles. We're going for more. Masquerada with grassy terrain, which is... Oh, which not only powers grass moves, but makes ground moves weaker, plus flower trick. Nice. What else? Yeah, I think I have a couple. I have a Venusaur that's all spec'd out for raids as well. I have a few good Pokemon for this. It's always nice when I can use a Pokemon I already have ready and I don't have to prepare a new one. Been playing Skyward Sword recently. Have you played Zelda? Yeah, I am pretty bad at most Zelda games. Most recently, I played Echoes of Wisdom, which I loved. That was a no on the prediction, by the way. It didn't happen. I'm sorry. Thank you for believing in me, but it did not happen. We're gonna do another one. Do we get a shiny Squirtle in this box? It's a 2-minute prediction, and the box is this one. All 30 of these eggs. So yeah, Echoes of Wisdom was incredible. Absolutely loved it. I don't normally beat Zelda games. That was one that I actually finished. I didn't 100% it, but I did play through the story. Mine aren't necessarily spec'd out the best, but I have boxes of level 100 Pokemon for doing outbreaks. Yeah, I wanna get more level 100 fully spec'd out, like raid build Pokemon. I have a good handful now, but I haven't covered all my type matchups yet for sure. I thought you ran out of eggs. I have more. We have like 240-ish today. I think I gotta update this, yeah. So we've done 415 eggs so far since our last shiny. All right, keep going. As for the Chi-Yu, all I can think of is using Walking Wake. I'm not familiar. I'll take your word for it. These have been nice because, like the current raids we're doing, because they're 5-star. If they were 7-star, I'd be sweating it a little bit more. But 5-star has not been that bad. If you're at the end game and you have the ability to get some level 100s, it's really not that bad. My raiding mods are kind of non-existent. I have an Iron Hands, which is good, and a Azumarill for 7-star Charizard raid forever ago. Yeah, I have a few. I can show you. I need to like sort my favorites better than just the favorites folder. But so like Agrippon is, I don't know if he's spec'd out or not. Change box view. How do you not move summary? Where are his EVs at? Okay, so I need to do his EVs. I have to erase what he's got and do his EVs over. But I mean, I'll probably just honestly use him. I just got the shiny Charizard recently. I found a shiny Charmander while I was hunting for something else, and I'm like, I'm using this one for raids. And then I have Venusaur here. I called it Eyesore. I don't like Venusaur. And this was for some kind of raid, some 7-star raid that we were doing. And so he's ready to go. I don't think Sunflower is ready to go. Palmot might be. I think I got Palmot up and running. Incineroar was gifted by Nintendo. This one was a raid that I think I need to get this one ready. I don't think this one is this one. I think Quackavall is good to go. Iron Hands is good to go. Armor is good to go, I believe. So yeah, I got a good amount. I think this one as well I've set up. So I have a pretty fair party, and this one too. Yeah, this one Val gave me. Lady Eevee, how's it going? Yeah, all of the ones we're currently doing are 5-star raids. Where are all my Pokemon? Eggs. Here. All the shiny legendaries. Leo, I'm doing good. How are you? I thought Ogerpon was female. Oh, sorry. Accident. So we're up to 420 eggs hatched now. Is that correct? Sorry, I have to keep asking. I'm getting confused. And then the real Drewby. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Maybe. Hello. Welcome. Queen, we'll see you later. Have a good one. Feeling a bit better since last night? Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. I have no idea what the last Squirtle was, by the way. I've paid 0 attention. We might have already gotten a shiny. These next few Squirtles are going to be high as a kite. Yeah, yeah. Okay, as long as everybody agrees that I've hatched 420 Squirtles now, I'm good. I hope I'm not over counting them. Might be time to update my food. Okay, I got another minute on my food. Does anyone want baked Squirtle? Oops, we got ads on Twitch. Oops. Next batch of eggs. Update the counter. And then probably get some food. They give you a free week of ad-free Twitch. Nice. Congrats. They should promote stuff like that more. YouTube as well. Actually, oh my gosh, that's a really good idea. Imagine if YouTube gave everybody, maybe in waves so they didn't completely like upset their advertisers, but imagine if YouTube in waves kind of gave everyone like a free like weekend of YouTube Premium or something. Oh my gosh. I feel like they would sell so much premium. Once I had a taste of what it was like to experience YouTube with no ads, that was it. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm not going back to this. I'm not going back to ads on YouTube because it works on my TV, it works on my phone. Like, even if you're somebody who uses browser extensions to not see the ads on YouTube, it's, you know, your phone, your TV, you're still doomed. Google Play did at one point give out a free month. I'll never go back. I know. There's so much more they could do with premium as well. I feel like premium users should get, just like Twitch Prime, should get like a free membership to the YouTuber of their choice every month. I think that'd be really cool. I just think that a lot of people don't see the value in it. I feel like YouTube does not advertise the YouTube Music part of the premium subscription enough. YouTube Music, if you are a music listener and you have Spotify, YouTube Music is, I would say, very similar to Spotify. I didn't miss my Spotify subscription, and a lot of people are just mad that YouTube is shoveling the website full of ads and premium is expensive. But the family plan is also, like, if you split it with some folks, not a bad price in my opinion. I mean, it's getting worse, so I shouldn't say that anymore. It's getting worse, but it's still there. You know, I don't know. I'm not. They don't pay me to say any of this. I like it, and I feel like it gets a lot of hate. I'm angry about how YouTube handles ads. So I think that's where the hate really stems from. Because there are some very, very dangerous ads on YouTube. Like, there are some out and out scams that people pay YouTube to put in front of people, and it's bad. YouTube Music has a better algorithm than my old Spotify one, in my opinion. I don't remember how my Spotify algorithm was. I got so many free months when I bought my latest phone. My job pays for Spotify Premium, but I'm still tempted to pay for YouTube. Would they let you switch? When I bought a Roku from Best Buy, they gave me 3 months of YouTube Premium and Apple TV. And now that Severance is on hiatus, I'm okay without Apple TV, but I miss YouTube Premium every day. Severance. Everyone should watch Severance. You can buy the Blu-ray if you don't want to get another subscription. The Blu-ray is, even though I've seen the season 1 twice now, I bought season 1 on Blu-ray. Season 2, I hope, comes out on Blu-ray soon. I will buy those, even though I've seen it. It's a show I'm going to watch and revisit, probably for the rest of my life. It's just a work of art. To compare it to just TV shows in general is tough sell. Can somebody tell me if 435 represents how many I've hatched? I'm doing such a bad job of remembering if I've hit the button or not. I really need to, like, fix the boxes up so I can count again. I worked for Starbucks. They had some kind of partnership with Spotify, so I got premium for free as long as I'm with the company. Gotcha. Okay. I know today started at 380, so if I know that, I can like keep up, I think. So this was another batch. So I think I'm at 440 eggs hatched. But let's go back a little bit. So if we started at 380, this would be 385, 390, 395, 400, 405, 410, 415, 420, 425, 430, And then 2 more because of the first box we started in, which would bring us to 440. So we're good. 2 more rows in this box before we end the current prediction. I'm just mad that you can't truly skip ads anymore because sometimes they give you the next button instead of just jump to the last ad, or you aren't able to skip them at all. Even the 2 hour and 3 minute. They let you do skip ads and takes longer than 5 seconds to get to the good option. I think I'm following you. I don't do math, so I'm going to say sure. Okay. I've heard unskippable ads and things like that have gotten pretty out of control on YouTube. I've watched plenty of videos about the obvious scams. And I just think if YouTube is going to be pushing ads really, really hard, they need to put resources into like managing that stuff. YouTube ads are significantly worse than TV and consoles on purpose. It's infuriating. Yeah. Yeah. Two more in this batch. Only got YouTube Premium at the start of the year, and that's because the ads just became unbearable. We're talking like 4 to 5 ads in a video. That's so much. That's just a lot. That's almost as much as TV. That's probably more than TV. 5? How many ad breaks are in a half-hour show? Like, it's got to be like 3 or 4 ad breaks. It's just a lot. Last row in this box. I got YouTube Premium as well. Couldn't take them. I've been looking for my 3DS for 3 bay. Oh, you mean 3 days? I just found it now. I can shiny hunt on Pokemon X. Ooh, congrats. I'm basically new to ads. I never seem to have my focus fully anywhere, so they show up. I might not even notice unless it's loud. I do think there is like a... there's probably a lot of people who are kind of numb to it. Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen a YouTube ad that has actually got you to buy something? Whether you click on the ad or you go to the store and buy a thing, or you see a pizza ad and you order pizza, like immediately after. Have you ever found yourself purchasing something because you saw an ad? I know people do. Like, I absolutely know there are people who buy things from ads. It happens. But I don't know. I've definitely been hit by that, like, maybe subconscious thing where you think of you see a brand enough, you think of it when you're purchasing whatever they sell. I've probably bought food based on seeing a food ad, but maybe it's not the food from the ad. But I've never clicked on an ad. I've never seen a product I really like and then clicked on the ad and gone through the funnel to buy the product. I've never, ever done that. Is food or drink sometimes? Jessa just says no, never. And also YouTube ads don't work like TV ads because TV ads take place at a specific point. With YouTube, it's random and they'll cut off mid-sentence. It's annoying. Well, now YouTube is trying to use an AI to determine the points in a video at which the audience is most likely to be the most engaged. And they want to put ads at those points in the video, which is absolutely not what I want as a creator at all. I don't want to work really hard to make this fun video. And like, if it's telling a story where I'm about to like reveal a big plot point or something, I don't want an ad to play right at that moment. Like, I didn't ask for that. I just think that they've really prioritized decreasing the overall viewer experience in favor of more ads. And it's gotten to a point where even now creators are starting to, sound the alarm about it. Okay, that was another box. We did not get did we get a shiny? Let me just check before I pay out the prediction, because I was rambling. And a lot of you just admitted you're not even watching the streams, you keep them on in the background. But okay, I don't see any shinies. So we'll be on to this box now. We're going to choose the outcome as no. But we'll do yet another Twitch prediction. Same exact one. This box here of 30 eggs. Do we find a shiny Squirtle? Yes or no? You have 2 minutes. So I'm going to start this prediction. I'm going to unzoom it in. And I'm going to hit that button. Okay. Is 450 correct? It has to be. I think we're good. Throwing Gnome, how's it going? Let's see. They definitely do that. They've been putting them in the biggest points of the video. I assume you mean. It's the part that I might notice, but it annoys me because it makes me less likely to ever consider the ad. Yeah, I get mad. Like, I immediately blame the company for interrupting my viewing experience. That's how I would feel. I also think when you have videos that have sponsorships already and then you also have ads on it, I don't begrudge sponsorships at all, but it adds up. Mm-hmm. New Murray makes their triumphant return. My soul, let me put it on yes. You gotta! We're getting 2 shinies today, okay? We're getting 2 shiny Squirtles. I've been doing Noibat and forgot I had it at my home because of Pokemon Go. Oh no! When I was in the hospital for my dad's surgery, there was a Reese's ad on his TV, and I thought, you know what? Reese's Cup does sound good, and I went downstairs to the cafeteria and bought one. Okay, that counts. I think that counts. That's what they want, right? It's not like you were able to tap on the TV and get it to pop out of that specific ad. They want you to just go buy Reese's next time you want candy. I can't stand sponsorships that pay money for no ads, so they get the creator to put in ads. Ugh. Well, if you pay money for premium, I believe this is just a premium only feature. Oftentimes you can hit a button to jump ahead past the point of the ad, and it determines this by all the other people fast forwarding throughout that point in the video. So it does give you that benefit. And if there's no jump ahead point, usually on the timeline, like on my phone, I noticed this, there's a tiny little white dot. And that's the point usually at which the ad read is over. So I think YouTube has recognized that creators will take sponsorships, and I think they too understand that premium users shouldn't have to sit through those if they don't want to. So as much as sponsors probably hate that, it's a thing you can do. Yeah, that skip button. I've looked at reviews for things I've seen in ads, I guess. Usually with advertising, the advertisers expect that you are going to take a certain amount of time seeing their product before you actually even consider buying it. I forgot what the number is. I think it's like 3, but it could be more. So there is like this understanding with advertising that it's worth the money because it's just kind of reminding you of that product in the future, not necessarily today. Like, you don't need a new laptop today, but next time you need a new laptop, you might think of Lenovo because you just keep seeing them pop up everywhere. Everyone's talking about Lenovo. Leo, how's it going? My thing is, I don't need to see another HelloFresh ad. Yeah, there's a point too where, yeah, certain sponsors flood YouTube so much where it's like, okay, if I wasn't going to buy this product, I would have bought it already, you know? The only ads you care for on YouTube are ads about games. I'm kind of with you, but I put those in the same exact category as movie trailers, which are also ads. But I am likely to pay attention if it's a trailer for a movie I'm going to want to see or a video game I'm going to want to play. Oftentimes, the ads I see from YouTube sponsored videos are for like mobile games, and I would say most of those I probably would never like even look to play. So that's like, it depends on the kind of game. It depends on the kind of movie. Connor, how's it going?
Nook news. Huh?
That was fun. It would also be different if the ads only happened at the start of the video, like movies. Yeah, like you just play some trailers and then you watch the video. Remember when like companies were testing these ad experiences where it was like on Hulu, I think YouTube had it for a bit. Hey, if you watch 5 ads right now, we'll let you watch our service for an hour without any ads. And so you're like, I'm going to be sitting here for a while. So you do it. I haven't seen that in forever, but maybe that's still happening somewhere. I don't know. Okay, that's another batch of Squirtles. My YouTube ads like to periodically switch to French. I'm Canadian if not bilingual, so I laugh when I get the French ads. I use them as practice. That's pretty cool. I used to watch hella ads for free bits on Twitch. Oh yeah. Yeah. Remember the Arab streaming services trying to bring in ads? Yes, isn't that fun? I will not tolerate ads on Amazon Prime. I won't do it. I refuse to do it. Amazon Prime is the one that upsets me the most because it is by far the most expensive annual like service that we pay for. And I know it has other benefits besides the TV service. I know it does, but it's not like I'm ordering packages every day. You know what I mean? Like, it was a good value. And to just shove ads on Prime, like, that was like 10 out of 10 blood-boiling absolute rage. I stuck it to them. This is not me sticking it to them, but I wanted to watch Fallout, and I watched one episode. I'm like, I can't stand this. I just can't stand this. I ended up buying the 4K Blu-ray because Fallout is like this critically acclaimed show. I did like the first episode quite a bit, and I know they're working on season 2. I will probably wait to just buy the Blu-ray, and I know that still gives them money and whatever, but it's kind of like my message to them, which is like, I want this like nice, clean experience. I like physical media, so here, I will buy your Blu-ray. I want you to keep making these. But I'm not going to sit through the ads. I'm just not going to do it. I'm worried about this season of The Boys as well, and Generation V coming back as well, because those are 2 shows I absolutely love, and now they're coming back at a time where Amazon is full of ads, and it's upsetting. Exactly, yeah. Streaming services were that last bastion of hope where you could go and watch some ad-free TV. You could just enjoy yourself and watch a little TV. And you're like, I'm paying a monthly service fee for this, and that kind of stinks. On top of my cable bill, perhaps. So, people who have cable. But at least the experience is fun, and I don't have to sit there and sit through a bunch of ads, which takes a 45-minute show and turns into an hour-long viewing experience. It's not cool. It allows me to watch more content because I'm not stuck watching all these ads. But the main reason Amazon gets me the most, and I know this is partially me problem, is that I don't watch a lot of their shows. Like, it's not worth it to me to pay the premium price to get rid of ads again. I already didn't have ads. I watch your show. I watch shows on Amazon maybe like once a year, and that's it. A lot of the ones I like are already going. Like Upload is a really fun show that they're doing like 4 more episodes of, and they're done. The Boys is wrapping up after their last season, but they're doing spin-offs. So I'll probably watch those. And Fallout's really cool. But I don't watch enough shows to justify that extra cost. And certain streaming services, I will pay the extra cost. But Amazon was that one. It's like, I'm already giving you so much money. Like, this already costs a ton of money. You know, what if YouTube adds a feature where you could purposefully watch an ad to bank up free time? Yeah, they used to do that. I'm pretty sure YouTube used to. I know other services did for sure. I feel like YouTube tested that a long time ago, and I don't think they do it anymore. So guys, I think I'm going to put you on my TV to premium account as well. Just comment using my as of yet unpaid professional account. I agree with this, and also I found of all streaming services, Amazon has been the most hit and miss with show quality. Yes. Yes. Amazon's shows are very like, what is happening? Apple seems to do a good job at consistently buying good shows. Amazon does not have the same careful level of quality control as Apple. And Apple just did a 30% price increase, by the way. Did you know Pokemon Scarlet and Violet base chance of hatching a shiny egg is 1 in 4,096? Yes. We got that down to 1 in 512. I have the shiny charm, and this is all Masuda eggs. Boom. Okay, that's another 5. I've been enjoying Netflix's shows, but man, do I hate how they make a season of an amazing show and never renew it. That's a whole different problem. Amazon's the team of streaming services. Yeah, the thing. So here's what gets me about that with shows getting canceled before their prime. Netflix controls what gets seen on the front page of Netflix. Okay, right? What pisses me off so much is they will make this show, and it's like this incredible show, and you'll start watching it only to find out that it was canceled like 2 years ago. I'm like, why? And why? One, why is it showing up now? And two, why was it canceled? It didn't end in a satisfactory way, and it's so good, blah, blah, blah. Netflix is always like throwing their hands in the air and going, I don't know, people didn't like it. You buried it. You buried it. It should work more like the YouTube recommendation system where you shuffle the board a lot. So you log into Netflix and here's all these movies and shows, and the next time you log in, the front page is almost completely different with new recommendations, so that these other shows, these lesser known ones, have a chance to get viewed. Because nowadays I look up like if a show's been canceled or not before I start it, because I just don't want to start a show that's incomplete. If it's been finished and it hasn't been canceled, that's a different story. If a story is going to tell a fully complete, have a fully complete run, beginning, middle, and end, I will watch a 1-season wonder. That's fine. But if it's 1 season, but they were planning on 3 and they only got 1 and they were done, I don't want to watch. I don't want to get invested in that. Time Traveler's Wife TV show wasn't renewed for a second season. HBO Max was so good. What one happened? Oh, there's a couple that happened that I happen to really like that also had a similar demise. Upload on Amazon is one that I actually really enjoy, and I think they almost got canceled or something. Somehow they managed to get 4 more episodes, and they're going to wrap up the story in like 4 episodes. And it's just a silly show. It's fun. It's not like a, I wouldn't say it's a must-watch, but it's a cool show. And yeah, I'm a little bit bummed because I feel like they could probably, there's a lot of creativity involved with it. I feel like they could do a lot more with it. Disney Plus is very questionable show quality. But what makes that service valuable for the money is the back catalog. Yeah, Disney can swing it for sure. My biggest complaint about Disney Plus, we're just gonna talk about TV the whole time, I think. My biggest complaint about Disney Plus falls on their shoulders right now when it comes to Doctor Who. I'm upset with how the Doctor Who stuff was handled. If you don't know, oldest sci-fi show in history. It's a BBC exclusive kind of thing, but they got a streaming deal with Disney Plus, and Disney Plus was also financially invested in the show, so the show had a much larger budget. And so they did 2 new seasons of the show on Disney Plus. There's a third season, but it's a spin-off that they're doing. And that's probably going to be it. The rumors are that the Disney Plus deal is like dead. It's not going to go forward. And the show isn't canceled, but they need to now find a new streaming home again. And I will say, like, the writing in the last 2 seasons was very hit and miss. I don't feel like that's fully Disney's fault. But I do feel like the way the last season of Doctor Who wrapped up was partially Disney's fault, because I don't want to spoil anything. Somebody very important to the show left the show, because the speculation is that this person was not sure if Disney was going to commit to another season or not. And that uncertainty led this person to go, I have to do something else. I have a career to think about. And they left. That's how everyone, they're never going to outright say that. So it's all just people speculating. But it's pretty clear that, like, if you're an actor, you can't just live and die by contract negotiations that you have no control over. So it just got really hairy, and I really hope that they don't make the mistake again of signing a contract for such a short term. I think if a show is only promised 2 seasons, how is a team of writers supposed to, like, work with that without, always having it in the back of their minds that they might have to end this prematurely? How are you supposed to set up a really cool long arc over the course of several seasons, which is why TV shows exist, so they can tell really long, drawn out stories, if you are only promised that much time? It was infuriating. It was a no on the prediction. We're doing another one. You know the drill. Squirtles, 30 eggs. Do we get one shiny or not? Haven't watched Doctor Who since Capaldi's 3rd episode. Been meaning to get back into it. Never got around to it. Yeah, those years, ever since from Capaldi onward, were up and down, hit and miss. I really liked where the show was going the last 2 seasons. I had my complaints about some episodes. Some episodes I absolutely loved. And yeah, the show does need, like, more consistently good writing. Just, I think the fandom would agree. I'm multiple seasons behind Doctor Who, so I refuse to watch the ones on Disney Plus. I stopped during Capaldi, so I'm quite behind. Since they didn't put the rest on Disney, I won't watch. That was the other thing too. I'm apparently the entire Doctor Who streaming catalog is going to be up for grabs if they get back into contract negotiations, according to a Doctor Who YouTube channel I follow. So the next time Doctor Who gets picked up by somebody, and I'm sure it will, it should be everything. I don't know about Classic, but it should be everything from 2005 onward. Classic is on BritBox, I think, and that might be exclusive. I have no idea. But Classic's a whole different, like, personally, I watch some of it. It's kind of cool, but I don't think anyone's, like, mad if it doesn't join the modern show. I'm going all in on yes this time. It's going to be egg 487. Oh, we should be at 480, by the way. Because we're on a whole new box now. I haven't seen the last 2 seasons. Stopped after the Christmas episodes. David Tennant always been my favorite. So did you see the David Tennant specials? Because those were the best writing I think I've seen from the show in the modern era. I really loved those specials. And I thought they were setting the tone for the whole 2 seasons we got after, but they very much were not in terms of writing quality. I love the energy of the new seasons, though. It's kind of back to where I think it needs to be in terms of energy. I think for a while the show thought, ooh, let's go a more gritty, dark direction. And that didn't suit it very well. Watched every new episode of Who up till Capaldi. It's interesting how the drop-off... I bet if we could see a graph of where the fans drop off from Doctor Who, it starts at Peter Capaldi. Which, by the way, he was incredible as the character. I really loved him, but I think with him and Jodie, the writing both, again, wasn't up to par. It was just... The writing on that show, it's almost amazing anyone still talks about it, given how many corners get cut in the writer's room. But just, I don't mind the writer's room, I don't know, but based on my perspective. Yeah, Disney was apparently not involved in the David Tennant specials. The streaming deal had gone through, but from what was reported, Disney Plus was not yet involved in the creative direction of the 3 specials with David Tennant. So I don't know if that had anything to do with the other seasons. I think, if I'm good, for those of you who don't watch Doctor Who, you're just like, I don't care. But I'll stop here after this. The showrunner currently, Russell T Davies, in my opinion, at least this time around, I don't think he is very good at like coming up with solid story arcs. I think some of the episodes this last couple seasons were really fun until the end. I don't think the guy can stick the landing on the ending of episodes. Sometimes they're great, but a lot of endings were like, wait, what? Like, I was always left more confused than anything else. Like, why did they do that? And I don't know if that's a Disney Plus thing or not. Maybe there were other creatives in the room that were screwing up the process for them. I have no idea. I think what happened is that he had a ton of time to work on the 3 specials and way less time to work on the 2 seasons that came after. Because if you were looking on Instagram and all the different places they were updating the behind the scenes productions, they shot those 2 seasons very close together very fast. We started getting episodes from season 1 as they were already shooting season 2. Like, they hadn't even finished shooting, or they almost had finished shooting season 2 by the time we were watching season 1. Like, that's how fast they shot those 2. So I think he did not have as much time to work on those as he did the 3 specials, and that's why they were so vastly different from each other. Didn't like Jodie Capaldi was growing on me and really started to like him towards the end. It's always the same team Russell T Davies has had in his first run, which was amazing. His first run was really, really good. And yeah, that's what I heard too. It's still the same people. I just wonder if Disney added people to the room, and I don't know. Maybe that's been reported too, and I just don't know. Maybe there wasn't anyone keeping him in check. One rumor I heard right now, like what's happening with all the streaming kerfuffle and everything, is that he's mad. This is all rumors. He's mad because they're looking at other streaming partners, and one in particular that they're very interested in, everyone thinks it's HBO, says that they'll do it, but they want more creative control over the writing in the show, and he is pushing back really, really hard. He doesn't want anyone in there. But after the finale we got for the last season of Doctor Who, I personally think that the writers' room needs help. I don't know in what way, but it needs help. And if someone's going to come in there and help us get a show that takes itself a little more seriously, I gotta say, like, I want that to happen. Yeah, Disney probably did influence quite a bit. I want more influence. I just want it to be good. I want it to be positive. Yeah, any streaming service is going to want some extra control, especially if all they have to go off of is the last 2 seasons that we just got. They're going to be like, this is the team? Okay, hey, we want to be involved. Anyway, I said I was going to stop talking about it because it's probably very boring for people who are not Doctor Who fans. Stephen Moffat was the showrunner for Time Traveler's Wife. He also was the showrunner for the Sherlock run that they did. Do I have a dead pixel? No. That's weird. I saw this blue dot. I thought I had a dead pixel. Most of what I'm complaining about or talking about is, by the way, just rumors and speculation. But, yeah, that's my disclaimer. I'll say that the stuff that's come out of HBO is good quality for the most part. If it's HBO that gets it, I think that'd be a good fit because they already had the 2005 onward catalog up until the Disney Plus era. And yeah, I think that makes sense. And HBO does have pretty high standards for quality. HBO has some of the best streaming programming that there is. So yeah, if it was them and they're like, we have plans for this, we want to be involved, I don't want someone like Russell pushing back. I think he's kind of proven to me in his last couple seasons that here's how I see it, and I don't work there. I feel like he should control the overarching direction of the show. Like, who is the Doctor as a person? Who was he and where is he going? Like, he should control that major arc that happens over several seasons. And then other writers should control all the in-between bits. How does it all get sewn together? I think he's a really good visionary for like the entire show. And other people should be doing the episodes. When I see his name on the title card of an episode, like written by Russell T Davies, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Unfortunately, don't get HBO Max over here. I don't know the quality of that service. White Lotus is probably one of my favorites that they have. It's really good. Third season wasn't as good, but it was still good. It just wasn't as good as past season. What are HBO's biggest knockout shows? I can't even think of anything now. Oh, that was our 5. We are getting through these Squirtles. How have we not found a shiny yet? Absurd. We get the shows. Love White Lotus. We don't have the streaming service. Oh, okay. Euphoria, that's one people love. I haven't seen that one myself. Yeah, I think the HBO was Euphoria. What else were they? Chernobyl, that absolutely masterpiece. I will stand behind that too. So good. I can't think of any HBO shows right now. I haven't turned that one on in a while. Westworld, especially season 1 and 2, I think was really good. Westworld kind of takes a weird turn, and now it's gone forever. In fact, you can't watch it on there anymore. They for some reason got rid of it, and I still to this day don't know why. Very creative show. By the way, these shows are very much not for children. Doctor Who is, but these other ones are not, for sure. The Last of Us. I haven't seen The Last of Us because I haven't played the games. I just don't have any like interest in it, but maybe in the future. Wednesday, that's Netflix. I haven't seen season 2 yet. I'm excited to watch it. What's your favorite Doctor Who monster? Weeping Angel, I think, for me as well. I just think I've seen my fair share of Cybermen and Daleks. Weeping Angels, I like how they're underused. I like when I like when they show up because we don't get to see them that often. But by far, the scariest, most terrifying villain of any sci-fi show I've ever seen is a Weeping Angel. HBO has a lot of studio, I don't know if it's Ghibli or Ghibli, I'm sorry, movies that's fun. You probably spelled it wrong, I said it wrong. Everyone's being so harshly critical of The Last of Us puts me off. I think that's just, the internet being the internet, honestly. I've seen a little bit of the discourse, and when I look at it, I kind of just feel like it's related to other things that are not really necessarily indicative of the quality of the show, but please don't get into it in my chat right now. I don't know if the controversy around that show is rooted in anything that is like genuinely about the writing of the show. Succession, I tried to get into that one. I want to give it another try in the future. I've only heard good things. I've watched 2 episodes. I found it to be just boring, I guess. I don't know. It just couldn't grab me, which is surprising. It's just everyone's like, oh, you've probably seen Succession because of all the different shows I watched. I didn't like it. I hope I can get into it. I really want to give it a better chance. Does HBO produce any shows that aren't for mature audiences? I'm sure they do, but probably nothing that people here would talk about when you think of like a solid HBO show that they produced. I think of things like Curb Your Enthusiasm and just stuff that is mature audiences. But I'm sure they probably have a more family-oriented section. The first season starts a bit slow. Okay, that makes me feel better because no one has said that. I actually asked a friend of mine who loves the show, like, does it ever pick up a little bit? Because this is just like, I don't like it so far. And they told me no. We're about to hit 500 eggs since our last shiny. Which means odds, by the way. Well, a lot of those from yesterday weren't Masuda eggs, so I guess not quite odds. HBO is known for Game of Thrones. Yeah, Game of Thrones was one I would always recommend until the end there. I haven't really watched House of the Dragon, but people seem to like it. Oh, cat hair. Matt Smith is in that one, so how bad could it be? Okay, we are at... Wait. Were we already at 500 eggs? Because we should be... This should be... We're probably at 505. Does anyone know? Crap. Here we go again. We started here with 380, so 385, 390. 95, 400... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 500, 505, 510, 515? Really? Are we that far behind on the counter? So we're about to get 520? Oh my gosh. I really screwed up the counter today. I should have really just reorganized the boxes so this wouldn't be so confusing. I hope that's right. Oh man, I really screwed up. I need to figure out a better way to count these eggs. Technically HBO has anything Warner Brothers has, so let's have some child content on there. Yeah. So evidently we're definitely at close to the odds here. Given that some of the eggs were not Masuda eggs, I can't say we're at odds yet, but we should be seeing a shiny any minute now. Any minute now. It could be the next egg. That's how probability definitely works. Yes. That's how the odds work. When you're trying to just shiny hunt, the game is counting how many you've hatched, and it's about to reward you at any minute. No, that's how it works. It's in the manual. Don't look it up. 777 again. I don't know what I would do. What do you even name that one? Lucky 7 again. All right, that was another box down. It did not lead to a shiny, but I'll double check just to make sure we didn't miss one stupidly. I don't think I did. But we have a whole other box, so we'll just do the prediction again. But this time, it's probably going to happen. Do we get a shiny squirrel in this box? It's because we've hatched a lot today. So it should definitely happen. Squirtle Boogaloo. Oh, are you leaving? Where am I going? Here we go, here we go. Ah. Dang it. Oh my gosh. Please give us another shiny Squirtle. Anyway, that was a fun discussion about TV. I watch a lot of TV. So, I have a lot of opinions about it. I'm going to wear in these bricks. They're going to be, just be a line running down the middle of where bricks used to be. Ray, how's it going? Any update on Lucky 7? I've not heard anything. No news is good news, though. I assume he's still in recovery. Was that 5? Yes, it was. Next batch of eggs. Let's try and do that with one hand, but that did not work. Cats demanding pets. Absolutely demanding pets. Did you see the new Mega that got revealed for ZA? You mean, yeah, we talked about it yesterday. Mega Victory Bell. Looks like a big, stupid water balloon. I love it. ZA should be fun. The battling looks intense. I'm glad they kept iterating on the Legends formula. I think Legends should continue to be like a playground for them to try new mechanics. Yeah, Mega Victory Bell didn't seem real. But it is. Is every final stage evolution of Pokemon going to have a Mega Evolution? Or how does that work? I don't remember, because X and Y had Mega Evolution, right? I don't remember it too well. Need experience battling a person to understand how I feel. Yeah, I'm very cautiously optimistic. I was a little overwhelmed, and then I watched some more footage, and I'm like, well, I kind of see how this could be fun. So I don't know. I watched, I think it was Austin John. He made a video. Couldn't even hear what he was saying in it, but he made a video of him playing the demo, and there was like a kind of like a boss fight that he did, a boss fight of sorts. And what I liked about it compared to Legends Arceus is that in Arceus you're like throwing stuff at the boss, and if you throw your Pokemon out for a section of the fight, it plays like a normal Pokemon battle, and then you go back to throwing stuff. In this, it seems like you throw your Pokemon out and they fight alongside you. And I thought that was probably a better choice. Oh, shoot. I am messing up my... Oh, crud. I think we're at 5:30. Oh, man, this is so confusing. Only certain mons have Mega Evolution in the games, but theoretically, lore-wise, every fully evolved Pokemon should be capable of Mega Evolution. I like that I have worked battling him more because in Legends Arceus, which I loved, but needed more battling, was the core Pokemon. Yes, it does feel like they've done more battles in general in this game. Battling is much more of a focal point of the game. I did not mind that Legends Arceus wasn't as battle-heavy because... if I want to battle a lot, I can play these games. However, the sheer lack of battles also didn't go unnoticed by even me. I'm like, just kind of like, once in a while, we could do a Pokemon battle. It's okay. For the reasons, though, like, when you consider the lore of the game, it makes sense why battling in that time period isn't as popular. Pokemon training isn't as popular. So now that it's modern again, and we're in like a proper city and stuff, of course people are going to be obsessed with battling. So I think that makes sense. I like it. You just like battling? Hoping Kalos will give us more non-battling mechanics? I get that too. My favorite thing about the Legends games is the catching mechanics. I think that's how Pokemon catching should be. I think you should be able to sneak up to a Pokemon and throw a ball. I love that. I love that battling them is optional. If they want to do more like trainer battles and stuff, and from like what I can tell, it's like battle zones too, so you can probably kind of ignore them if you want to just play and just catch stuff. I think you still have that option based on what I saw. Again, I feel like I know what y'all know. Maybe you've seen some more than I have, but I kind of like the way it's zoned so that you can kind of choose a little bit. I guess you can kind of choose in every Pokemon game, especially in this one. You can just walk right past the trainers. So that's not too different. But yeah, having more non-battling stuff to do. Like, I'm worried about the city being very bland. Like, how are you supposed to have a whole city and not have like I want to go in like a lot of buildings. If you're going to put me in a city, like a big city, I want there to be a lot of buildings I can go into. And when he was playing the demo, I only saw like one building that had like an icon on it. It was like a hotel. And so I assume it was probably only that one on the map that you could actually go inside. I'm like, but you're surrounded by buildings. You're telling me like I'm in a city and I just walk the streets all the time. Can I have a little house to decorate or something, like an apartment? Maybe there is too. I don't know. Oops. Well, sorry about that. Oh, it went away again. One city seems small for a whole game. The city feels big based on just how big it felt when I was watching the demo. But one city to me feels, I feel like it's kind of boring. I want to go outside the city, even if the city's huge. I loved Arceus. I've been playing Pokemon since I was a kid, and that was the first time I finished my Pokedex on. That says a lot for sure. I will say I kind of missed the forced trainer battles from previous gens. Never thought I'd miss them. I hated those growing up and even now. I don't like being forced to battle. I usually take them up on it because I want to train my Pokemon, but like I like it in this game that I can just walk past them. But it's probably everyone's probably has a different preference. Oh wow, the playlist ran out. We'll do this one for a bit, maybe. I don't know how many songs are in this one. I need to get more songs. It's nostalgia of Force Trainer battles. I just hated those. In Pokemon growing up, I would do everything I could to get around the trainers, which made backtracking to different parts of the map really annoying because I would run into battles I hadn't done. Oh, dang it! So I'd have to do battles both ways if I went like back and forth on a route. This cat hair in my nose is just like making me want to scream. How are you shedding so much? I brush this cat constantly. It shuts up the meowing. Oops. I didn't actually fight any of the boss battles in Arceus. Oh wow, I don't remember the mechanics at the moment. I'm definitely I'm as pacifist as possible. You unlock a lot of the game when you fight those. You're missing out. They're fun. I actually like the fights a lot in Arceus. They're fun. You mean you don't like being forced to use creatures you hold in captivity to fight until they're exhausted and they pass out? When you put it like that. It's also a case of being able to avoid some of the forced trainer battles and mastering the art of stealthing through the routes as much as possible. Yeah, turning into a stealth game is kind of funny. You do it without having your Pokemon fight. It'll pass out. I think you can heal them. I don't remember how it went, but really just took my time. Oh, I see. You didn't throw your Pokemon out when you were prompted to. There's also a world lets 10-year-olds leave home, so the ethics are just questionable. Finished all the boss fights without fighting, only if I was forced to. Yeah. One more egg in this bunch. I don't know. I'm getting worried about our luck here with getting a shiny today. We need to get 2. How are we supposed to do that? I've hatched so many. All right. Last batch in this box. I'm just hoping ZA is good because they have taken a relatively longer break than normal. I'm hoping they've used it well. I think that's fair. You know, probably. I'm gonna keep my hopes up for ZA. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It'll be a little different, but it'll be cool. I also think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Pokemon Legends came out really close to when Scarlet and Violet came out. And I kind of feel like Scarlet and Violet kind of hogged the spotlight a little bit. Maybe other people don't feel that way, but ZA coming out all by itself, and we still don't even have an announcement for Gen 10, makes me feel like ZA is going to get the spotlight it like a Legends game deserves. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. No, that's the lighting. Champions? I forgot about Champions. I'm not a big Pokemon battler. I don't know if I'll play Champions. I feel like Champions is kind of like the opposite of Legends. What did I think of Mega Victory Bell? I think it's goofy. I love it. I love how goofy it is, but I think it's a very goofy choice. Legends Arceus was released in February, while Scarlet and Violet was released in November. Okay, but it was the same year. But okay, those are farther apart than I thought. It was probably my own buying habits determining which one got more press than the other. Like in my own household. Hope there's a lot of world building and little quests. I love connecting Pokemon to the villages in Arceus. It was crazy. The Gen 4 remakes came out in November 2021. Arceus came out January 2022. Scarlet and Violet came out November 2021. That does feel like a lot. I forgot about the Gen 4 remakes. Yeah. That's another box down. And we once again didn't get a shiny. What about this box? We got a lot. All right. But that means that there's even a better chance that in this box we have a shiny. So we're going to start another prediction. We are owed a shiny Pokemon. Big, 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 big time. Arceus was kind of sandwiched between the two things people have been wanting. I wonder if Victory Bell speed changes, because I'd be shocked if it was the same speed or faster than normal Victory Bell. You would have to, right? It's too big. How many more boxes? How many more boxes? This one, this one, this one, and that's basically it, because we have 2 rogue eggs, which I probably won't hatch today because they are going to really mess up my counter. I don't like that. Oh man, we're really letting down the believers. They won't put any points on this. Please, believers. Come on. You can bet some more points. This is going to happen. Okay, so if my math is correct, this box, after it's done, should put us up to 580 on the counter. Yeah. I was disappointed with Gen 4 remakes. I thought they were more buggy and generally worse than original Gen 4. People had a lot to say in the reviews of Gen 4 that I watched. Ooh, we got a few more points out of the believers. Yeah. They were pretty critical. I'm hoping the bugs are patched now that I've bought it. Someone said that it was made by like another company that Game Freak like gave the project to. And it makes sense because they released so many Pokemon games so close together. So maybe that's why. I just put 400 points. Yay! Good luck. Good luck to all of us. My cat decided to just scream at the doorway. Yeah, we can do it. Maybe a company called ILCA, who, to my knowledge, had done mostly mobile games up to that point. Well, that makes sense. Was that? Where are we at with music? I think we're just out of music. I need more music, man. I gotta load these playlists up. Would I have trusted an outside company to do a remake? No. But I'm not a successful game company. Game Freak can do it. I am wondering how like Pokemon goes, like where Pokemon goes from here, because are they going to give us another remake? Are we due for a Gen 5 remake now? Is Gen 5 X and Y? And if so, does that mean ZA is as close as we're going to get to a Gen 5 remake? I mean, they could, in theory, put all the Pokemon from Gen 5 in ZA and, you know, Pokedex-wise, we'd be in good shape. Gen 5 was black and white. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Yeah, that's right. We had a few more. We had DS games after that. Okay. So, yeah, we probably do get a remake of Black and White. I bet you they do Black and White and Black and White 2 in one remake. Yeah, just this cat pretending like there's no food, which there's plenty. Or do they do Black and White 3? Oh, well. When did they do remake? There's also Black and White 2, which is like a 2-year gap. They could combine them. Is Black and White 2 still Gen 5? How does that work? I missed that generation completely. Just completely. Oh, like grayscale colors? No, the Pokemon games, Pokemon Black and White. Black and White 2 is also Gen 5. Yeah, so you could see a world in which they do that. They make it one screen instead of two, and they make it like both games in one. I assume they do this at some point. Like, they've been remaking Pokemon games for a really, really long time. Why not? She can see the bottom of her bowl, starving little thing. That's true. Oh my gosh. Oh, I did the Zoom thing again. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's fine. Do they remake the 3D era? I don't know. That's the question. My favorite was Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Access to 16 gyms and a lot of cool features was great, and I think it was maybe the first game where your Pokemon could walk along with you. I guess you don't count yellow version, but yeah, I really liked Gold version for that reason, and I'm talking specifically about Pokemon Gold version. I never played Heart Gold or Soul Silver. I want to get them, but I did play Gold when it came out, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world that I could visit the game I had just finished playing in this new game I bought. I thought that was just so mind-blowing. At this point, every region exists in 3D now except for Johto and Unova. I live in open world Gen 3. The bike path would go so hard. Yeah, it would. A bit hard to combine since Sharon and Bianca are your rivals in the first game. Second game, Bianca is a professor assistant and Sharon is a gym leader. Well, could they not just like literally have both games in the remake and you pop in the cartridge and it's like, do you want to play Black and White or Black and White 2? You know what I mean? And so when you finish Black and White 1, it's not combined in the sense that it's just concurrent. It's combined in the sense that it's like a DVD menu where you open it up and you get to choose which one you want to play. Kind of like Mario 3D All-Stars, how there's like 3 games in one. That's how I was imagining it, but I don't know. We'll see. I just think when you consider like Pokemon Home and how they've been remaking all these other games, and you want to be able to get, ideally, you would like to have a world where all the Pokemon games can be played on like one, like connected to one thing. Like, because Pokemon Bank is something they still have to like, I think, lightly support, right? Maybe they eventually don't want to support it anymore. And that's easier to swallow if you can get all the Pokemon with the current games. Someone did a YouTube video, actually. I didn't watch it. I might have to watch it. Someone said, right now, can you get every single Pokemon just with the Switch games? The Switch, ever since like the Switch 1 came out up till now, do we have every Pokemon available to us? And I don't know the answer to that. If you play Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee, I guess Pokemon Go would fill in a lot of those gaps, but I don't really include that myself. I feel like that's just a different experience. Did I just get another box done? So it's 65, okay. I feel like Pokemon moving open world might not be the right move. Oh, you know what? It'd be really interesting to see them reimagine the first region as a Kanto. In a 3D environment. We might be pretty close, but there might be some mythicals that aren't here. We don't have all the Pokemon on the Switch yet. The ones missing, I think, are Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour. Huh. Just 3 Pokemon? There's got to be more missing. If there's any missing at all, it's got to be a good amount. Which maybe ZA covers that. I can guarantee those 3 come in ZA. They were with Kalos, X, and Y. Oh. Well, there you go. Yeah, ZA might fill in the rest of the gaps. But I honestly hope they never quit on Pokemon Bank. I think they can probably find a way to keep that running on the cheap. And I think breaking the connection officially for Pokemon from the original cartridges, because there is a path. There's currently a path to getting Pokemon from... Whoa, she didn't make that jump. Pokemon Red and Blue all the way up to now. It's a lot. It's a lot of work, but you can do it. And if they remove Pokemon Bank, I don't even know if there's a path. Oh, another batch down. This is not looking good. I feel Home wouldn't have been a thing if they planned to continue to support Bank. I don't know. I really don't know. I kind of agree with you, but I do feel like Pokemon Home is probably more secure than Pokemon Bank in the sense that I think people found ways to manipulate Pokemon Bank. Also, Pokemon Bank exists on the 3DS, which is a very easy to mod console. And for all I know, there are mods that let you do things that Pokemon Home definitely would not condone. So I can see the desire for a more secure app that they're going to plan to keep updated for a very long time. But as long as it has protections for things going from Bank to Home, which it might, I don't really know how it all works, then yeah, that's a good compromise, having 2. But yes, there's got to come a point. I guess, like, maybe not anytime this year, but years from now, where they're like, why do we still have the server on? And by that point, if they've remade, again, like all the games that are in those older eras of console, and you can get them on the Switch, or do the very easy thing and just port them to the Switch put them in the Game Boy library so people pay extra money to play them. If they just do that and connect those to Pokemon Home, they can retire all of that stuff a little more guilt-free. People will still be mad. I'll be mad. But yes, they could do it that way. They could just put the Pokemon Game Boy games and even DS games if they want to on the Switch. Just put them there. Don't remake them. Maybe remaster them so they work on modern screens and put them on the Switch and Switch 2. Put them in the Game Boy library, make a 3DS library or a DS library. Make us pay a monthly fee for it. Done. Done. Yeah, the lack of ports is wild. I think they would rather charge you $60 for a remake of a 10-year-old game. They made Pokemon Bank for the 3DS at one point. It wouldn't surprise me if they made a new storage service. Yeah, that could happen too. I hope not, though. Pokemon Home is pretty well integrated now. It's on your phone. Having a port wouldn't stop people from buying remakes. It's a different experience. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, shoot. Where are we at? This shouldn't be... This should be 75. Because I said we were at 580 when we were done with this. So, yeah. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh, this cat. Everything's fine. Oh my gosh. I want Pokemon Home to be the forever app. I really do. I'm worried about them changing it again like several years from now, but it really should just be like the end all be all. Having ports wouldn't even stop people from buying old consoles and old versions of the game and playing them on original hardware. Like, and Nintendo knows that. I just feel like they don't port Pokemon for there's got to be a very specific reason. Those are, by far, they have to be the most popular Game Boy games ever made. Ever made. And the fact that we have Game Boy and Game Boy Advance on our Switch and there's 0 Pokemon games, the trading card game is there, so that's even more annoying because they know it's not like there's no Pokemon IP. I think they are just probably imagining cat hair in your nose. They are imagining that there is an expectation that these will work with Pokemon Home, and maybe they haven't figured that out. Maybe they don't want to. There's probably so many reasons. Save states. Maybe they don't like the idea of allowing for save states in Pokemon games on their service. It could be so many reasons. If ZA doesn't have Volcanion for their game or a mystery gift, I'd be surprised. I can't remember who that is. I think it will. I don't see us moving beyond the Switch kind of system that drastically. I don't either. I think we're going to be in this form factor for a very long time. I don't know if it's Nintendo's forever console and they just keep iterating on the Switch. But I don't think handheld gaming is a fad. I think it's always been very popular. And we just hit this point in history where we can put a lot of computing power in a very small package. And so handhelds are only going to become more popular. People love convenience and portability. I mean, if you know anything about the emulator handheld space, that's another prediction that did not go our way. But yeah, if you know anything about the emulator handheld space, oh my gosh, there are so many emulator consoles that are handheld form factor. Like your options are endless. Xbox and Asus working together. Yeah. Xbox is about to release their a handheld they're very closely partnering with the hardware manufacturer on. People are basically trying to call it like the portable Xbox. I see a world where the Switch 3 is like maybe shaped a bit different. Maybe it's more comfortable to hold, or I don't know, something. I do see a world where they change the, I don't know, the way it looks. Someone else will make a handheld that people like even more than the Steam Deck and Switch form factor. That just kind of makes sense. And Nintendo will go, okay, let's do that. Dual screen was obviously a fad, but I think there will always be a demand for this type of handheld. It's just hard to imagine where we go from here. Other than streaming devices. Like, you could imagine a future where, like, your games are streamed like Xbox Game Pass. You can access your Game Pass library on a number of different devices. So you can buy a handheld like a Lenovo Legion Go or something, and you can have your computer at home and you can access your games and your saves and everything from either device. So like it could be more watered down. Nintendo will probably always have proprietary devices because that's Nintendo. But Steam is like that now. Like the Steam Deck, I can play my Steam games on my Steam Deck, and I can play my Steam games on my computer. And I can get a mini PC loaded up with Steam and pop it on my TV, and I can have a little home console Steam thing, which I do, and I can have a Steam Deck, and I can have my computer in my office, and it's all, for the most part, the games are cross-play in the sense that they all have cloud saving, and if I have Stardew Valley installed on my Steam Deck and my mini PC and my main PC, I can play on my office, and then I can go grab my Steam Deck and sit on the couch and play it there, you know? So does Nintendo get to that point somehow? I don't know. Oops. So this should end at 600 now, right? Oh, I did it again. Okay. So 585. This is 90, 95, 600. So 620? No, 610. Ergonomics, my hands are so tired of holding the Switch, but I love handheld. Switch is a bit heavy. Yeah, there's I like it better than the Switch 1 because it's a bit larger, but yeah, there's that too, the weight. Nintendo just know where their strengths lie, like the Wii did. The Wii died, so When I first had the Switch 2, it was heavy. It got used to it after a while. You built up muscles in those parts of your arms from holding it so much. Dropped my Switch on my face a few times, shiny hunting and dozing off. Oh my gosh. I've done that with my phone. I might make this one my last box, even though we have some more eggs, because I got a couple other things I need to get done today. Who knows? Maybe a shiny Pokemon will get me so excited I'll put all that off. You do this with your Kindle? We need to like rig something that holds our electronics from the ceiling so we can't drop them on our faces. We didn't get a shiny, right? I'm starting to zone out on this pretty hard as I read chat. Okay, I just wanted to check. If I just had a shiny sitting in there and then I gave it away or released it. I think we're getting close to a Steam Deck 2 announcement, to be honest. There's a lot of new handhelds in the PC gaming handheld space. And I think the Steam Deck has just reached that point in its life cycle where it's got good hardware, but there's definitely room for improvement now. I think that's like the next really big exciting announcement we get. I'm not as excited about the Xbox thing. I just don't think Xbox has a lot of games that I'm going to play. But the Steam Deck has been a staple. Such a good console. On the upside, you never know, but would sure make someone happy. What would? A shiny. Give us a shiny. Just hand it over. This doesn't have to be a difficult thing. What are all the XP things about here on YouTube anyway? Oh, that is a points system that keeps track of the people who are top fans in chat. So we can't use those points like we can on Twitch, unfortunately, but you're number one right now, probably because of just your participation. I think it's determined by chatting and maybe sharing super chats and things like that. It's kind of silly. I don't really know what to do with it as a streamer. I kind of wish they would just give us channel points finally, but YouTube is very protective of their API. But yeah, that's what that is. Game, hand you a shiny. I mean, you got Wo-Chen and Chien-Pao if that's what you want. I want shiny Squirtle, a lot of them, an army of them. Do we just go outbreak hunting at some point? What if right now there's a Squirtle outbreak and I'm just missing it? Could you imagine? It would be here. We should always check. You never know. You never know. And if we get a Squirtle outbreak, we'll have a difficult decision to make. They wouldn't be level 1, but we would have them for later on, like the Elite Four. So we could hatch maybe, like, let's say we end up hatching 3 shiny Squirtle from level 1. Plus, so we have Lucky 7 and spare parts and 1 more. And then we catch 2 in an outbreak. Or we a party of 6. We catch 3 in an outbreak. So we'd have 3 Squirtle that we can train up and switch between going all the way through the game. And then we have 3 ready to go for like the final parts of the game, the biggest challenges. It's tempting. It would sure even out how long it's taking to like get this part of our prep for the Nuzlocke done. Seven isn't level 1 anymore either. No, but we'll probably pick up where we left off, which it wouldn't matter anyway because the level cap will be 15. So Lucky 7 should be fine. And then we'll have the 2 more level 1s to train up. And then we'll have 3 that are just kind of standing by waiting for their chance. That's assuming we get an outbreak of Squirtle. I'm not going to go time skipping to get it. Oh boy, 2 more columns. That's not good. That's not good. Where's that put us? I don't know where we're at actually. 610 I said we would be at after we... So we're probably at 600 now, and then this row and the next one would be 610. 95, 600. Yeah. $600 eggs since our last shiny. Does it change your odds at all if you breed spare parts of the Ditto? It does not, unfortunately. Nicholas, how's it going? I wish it did. The shiny Squirtle, please. I want to update my Squirtle counter in the thumbnail. Ugh. Come on. Why do these Squirtle hate me so much? Make some dinner. Are you getting more excited about ZA? Yes, I am. This is mostly just me waiting for ZA. I can't wait. All right. Last opportunity. Who's your starter? Shiny Squirtle. We got this. This is happening. All 5 of these could be shiny, theoretically. Oh, in ZA? I don't know. I forgot the starters. I think Totodile's one. They're not my favorite. They're not my favorite grouping of starters, that's for sure. I don't know. What should I pick? Gonna go with Chikorita. I might as well. What's the grass one in ZA? Totodile, Chikorita, Pig. Maybe. I don't know. It really is not my favorite group of starters by any means at all. Whichever one lets me, I guess, have the easy time with the first big challenge. Badge or whatever it ends up being. $605, yep. Since our last shiny, I've opened way more than that. Throughout this entire thing, we've done way more than 1,000 eggs. We got 777 on egg 777. Then we did like 76 eggs or something and got spare parts. And now we're trying to get our next one. I have the shiny charm and these are Masuda eggs. That was it. We did not get it. I mean, I'll scan them real quick just to make absolutely sure. But it didn't happen. We have this box. I know it's just one more box, but I have like a bunch of stuff. I thought we'd be through them by now. I don't know why I thought that. So I'm going to call it here. But thank you for joining me on another unsuccessful shiny hunt for our third shiny Squirtle. I will make more eggs. I will release some Squirtles into the abyss. And, you know, we'll try again. Is it a dumb idea to do it raw? Not really, but like your odds, my odds right now are 1 in 512. And I think raw is like 1 in 4,000 something. So it's a grind, but it could still happen. I mean, I've hatched so many eggs at this point. So the odds are not in my favor, even though I've done everything I can. Don't forget to click no. Thank you. Yes. We'll choose outcome on the poll. Prediction. Well, thank you, everybody. We will be back maybe tomorrow. I said I want to stream tomorrow. We'll see how things shake out. But I got to go. I will catch you later, though. Have a good rest of your day, and thanks for being here. Now leave. Bye.